All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is pretty clear that Honkai Star Rail has had a lot of drama surrounding its 3.0 release, and it looks like the community is on a bit of fire. A lot of people are upset with the quality, or really lack of quality, in both the overall storytelling experience, and combat end game feel of Honkai Star Rail 3.0. And we've already covered this update. We've already seen all of the new features that they're going to be adding that are going to take months to actually implement. And so what I wanted to do was take a quick pulse on the community as a whole. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? 2,700 likes and 1,500 comments? This one's a little bit spicy, so let's get right on into it. So first comment over here by Dap Stab. What you need to understand is that the story is fine, the lore is cool, but the presentation is very poor. I think that's a pretty based and a pretty fair take to have. The overarching feel of Amphoreus, there's not really a huge problem with it. It's more so the fact that actually getting through the story, the process of reading the pages in this book, it feels like you're getting punched in the nuts the entire time instead of having a good time. And so things like better facial expressions and postures, more and the longer in-game cinematics, not all of these dumb little black screens with white text. Why create incredible animated shorts but not bring that level of quality in the game? People want to have fun in the game, and you don't have fun when you go through the 3.0 story. The only way, honestly, to have fun going through the 3.0 story is to be a streamer and be paid to play it. Incorporate more cinematic elements in the camera work, such as dynamic movements, different angles, more cuts during dialogue overall, and just make the storytelling more dynamic and engaging. This would be the #1 thing that actually makes the update slightly playable. And if they did more of this, I guarantee that you would need less actual time doing all of this exposition. You wouldn't need 10 to 11 to 12 hours to actually tell this whole goddamn story. You would be spending more time actually, genuinely, just fucking playing it. Everyone please like this reply. This is on Hoyo Lab themselves. This isn't even the Reddit at this point. The people that use Hoyo Lab, ladies and gentlemen, are like the biggest shills, the biggest fans of the game. And this is what the biggest fans of the fucking game are saying. This isn't even like Reddit. This is deeper than Reddit. The people that are on here love the game more than people on Reddit. Add more animations to the story quest. 1000%. I loved all the lore. It made me part of the world. Please don't feel bad. People have short attention spans now. Thank you, Pookies. There's no problem with people's attention spans. There's nothing wrong with any person saying that the patch was dog shit, because it literally put you to sleep. Stop bringing a justification for the devs being lazy as shit and just writing a long fucking script. That's Amphoreus. It's a long script and shitty execution. Who cares how much they wrote if writing was all they actually did during the whole quest? It's all writing. It's no camera work. It's like a movie, and all the characters are doing is just talking to each other the entire time. That's all they're doing, is just talking to each other the entire time. Imagine an Avengers movie. Instead of seeing Thanos snap out half the world, you get a black screen with text that says Thanos snaps his fingers and half of the world disappears. That would be fucking awful. And all you have is the dialogue before and above that. That's Amphoreus. That's the 3.0 story. Just realized how out of touch I am with the user base if that story was drawn out compared to older patches. I thought it flowed perfectly fine. At least all they did was make it optional and not remove it. Okay, at least we have one person here that's being a little bit more reasonable. They're saying, well, I enjoyed it, and so I'm glad that they're making it optional and they're not removing it. That's the thing. There are also people, ladies and gentlemen, who think that plain toast with nothing on it is better than toast with butter on it, or jam or spread on it. That's what we call boring. That's what we call maybe a bit of a weird person. And people are allowed to have their personal preferences, but you are also allowed to think that somebody's personal preferences are fucking weird. And I'm gonna be honest, I think Shinsera and their opinion on what a good story is, it's a little weird, but at least they enjoyed it. And at least they're open to the idea that other people should enjoy it too. And so they should be given choices, options, i.e. a skip button. This is why the game keeps failing. And this, ladies and gentlemen, Zurche, the most based comment I have ever seen in the thread. You never address any criticism. Instead, anything that players don't like is removed. What is the point? Removing battles, puzzles, and mechanics is not the solution. You need to go to the drawing board and figure out why you are coming up with these bad ideas to begin with. This person has had enough with the devs fucking shit up and then fixing it afterwards. And when they're fixing, ladies and gentlemen, is just removing things from the game, you know there's a bit of a problem. You want to know how they fixed ZZZ? They removed TVs from the game. These devs have a good baseline. These devs have a good product and then add shit to it. Dog shit. It's like you have a perfectly fine burger and they make one of the toppings actual dog shit. And you're just like, well, the burger would be pretty good. The burger would be great if there wasn't actually poo on it. And that's the thing. The ZZZ devs had the issue of TVs being literal dog shit added on top to the game. The Honkai Star Rail 3.0 devs have the problem of 3.0 being a relatively decent patch and a dog shit story added onto the game. And that's the issue. Anything that's good is drowned out by the flavor of shit. And that is all it ever is with this game. And that's really all it ever is with this company in general. They look for ways to just make the experience actively bad. And this is one of the first comments. This is one of the first comments that actually calls out that dynamic across their titles. You guys just remove all this garbage shit, but why are you adding this garbage in the first place? And they cap it off with this absolute banger. These changes only encourage people to not do the story until the devs eventually remove the puzzles and battles and shorten it, and most importantly, fix it. And that's a point that I really touched on as well. These promises, right, are only influencing people to literally not play the game. So like, what effect are these things really supposed to have? Why not just make these changes faster? Why not update the player base after the changes have already been made? To be honest, wouldn't that just speak far more volumes as a company? Hey, we've already made the updates. We've heard you. We've made the changes. Here's what all the changes are. They're live right now. How much more powerful would that have been? But hey, we're probably expecting too much from a small indie company. Yeah, this company definitely doesn't make billions of dollars from Honkai Star Rail every year. We're probably expecting too much from these devs to actually fucking work and not be lazy fucking paycheck stealing bums. Probably a little bit too much. We gotta temper those expectations a little bit. Holy hell. I hope the whiny TikTok brain players will shut up and skip the story so they can grind relics or whatever, and now the rest of us can enjoy the game. Guess what, buddy boy? Guess what, buddy boy Shirsty? You are actually in the minority because nobody wants to watch or play this fucking game. It was popular back here, and now nobody wants to fucking watch or play it. I do wonder why. According to this person's words, everybody else is the problem. Everybody else is the problem. But what's important to recognize, right, is that Hoyo and game devs and just developers as a whole, they don't make updates. They don't make changes to suit a minority of players. They make changes or updates that they know are going to impact their bottom line, make them more money, and satisfy a wider audience. And so the fact that they're making any changes in the first place is pretty much proof that they fucked up on a massive grand scale. And this is just more of that dog shit toxic positivity. More of that dog shit toxic positivity that got this game into such a shitty state in the first place. That's what this is. More of the dog shit takes, the dog shit over positivity that got this game into such a bad state in the first place. That's all it is, ladies and gentlemen. So you gotta take comments like these and you gotta literally print them out and wipe your ass with them, because that's what a take like this deserves. Wait, you're actually acknowledging the power creep and HP inflation? OMG. It was complained about enough. It was brought up by enough CCs. It was brought up and propagated among the community. The criticism finally made it to their ears because enough people complained and people didn't buy people trying to downplay it. There were a lot of people, a lot of CCs trying to downplay the state of Honkai Star Rail, saying that Honkai Star Rail was in a perfect state, absolutely nothing wrong with it, and that it should just keep going forward the way as it is. And what that was going to do was literally kill the fucking game. It was going to absolutely murder and kill the game. And thank God, the rest of the community decided not to listen to those creators and decided not to listen to those takes and complain and bitch and moan and do everything in their power to make it known to Hoyoverse how fucking bad the state of the game was. And now there are actually, hopefully, potentially, some changes going to be made. But who knows? We still have to see. The monkey's paw always curls when it comes to this company. Who knows what this acknowledgement is going to cost? Who knows what it's going to cost? We all saw what happened with Genshin's artifact selector, ladies and gentlemen. We all saw what happened with that. And then people bitched and moaned enough about that one, and now they're gonna fix it a second time. Imagine a quality of life update being so bad that it has to be fixed. The quality of life needed to get quality of life. That is the type of change that this company does. You've never heard about that before. The QOL gets a QOL. What the fuck? Are you serious? That's insane. Just get it right the first time. Oh, wait. No, that's not how it works with Hoyoverse games. To get something good, you always have to sacrifice something else. And I'm 99% sure, knowing how fucking greedy these devs, the Dewey way is, knowing how greedy that way is, they're gonna find some way to absolutely fuck all of you in exchange for addressing this. Just wait for it. Just wait for it. I love these adjustments, but just don't add a skip button. Personally, the whole point of Honkai Star Rail is its rich lore and story, which made me, keyword me, love the game. So if skipping the story is an option, the game would lose a lot of players who will miss out on... No, have you ever thought that this is just you? And that there are other people in the world who aren't you? And that just because you enjoyed the story implementation, that means that there might be other people who don't enjoy the story implementation? How about you, since we're using me, how about you don't skip the story, but then the people that do want to skip the story, they skip it instead. Because maybe they don't give a shit and they think the writing is bad even though you think it's good. Have you ever thought about that one, buddy? Maybe casting a wider net and letting people do the things they want to do might be better. But hey, as I've said before, right? It's the Dewey way or the highway, little pup. You gotta enjoy the game exactly like how I enjoy it, because that's how everything in Honkai Star Rail works. That's why you can only play Super Break, dumbass. Get that dot shit out of here, freak. The rest of these are pretty sheltered responses. We're seeing a lot of like these people, these very adventurous story defenders, where they're just all like, oh my god, no, don't add the skip button. Oh my god, you're gonna water down this amazing tale and make it lower quality. The game is in the worst state it's ever been. The game is literally in the worst state it's ever been. This is disgusting. It's literally doing worse than mid-patch Penacony. And you're over here still trying to make the game actively worse. Hoyoverse is literally getting fucked by people like this. It's literally just getting fucked by people like this that are begging for no skip button because they quite literally are placing so much value into this perceived lore that's in a fucking gacha game. And all they're doing is driving people away from the game. All they're doing is making the game unwatchable, unplayable, undigestible, and a complete pile of shit. And they keep doing it over and over and over. And the thing is, in September of 2024, when you had this dog shit patch, what you should have done was just complain like fucking crazy. And you, ladies and gentlemen, might have been able to fix the game in time for Amphorius, not to make it a piece of complete shit. But you are just so focused on glazing every single goddamn thing in the game, every single shitty decision by the devs, and believing that they can literally do no wrong. You're literally just Genshin Community 2.0, and this has led to the worst received patch in the history of the game. This is pathetic. January 2025 having lower average viewers is pathetic. This is crazy. This makes no sense at all. And the fact that you're letting these devs delay all these updates until version 3.2 and not raising a fuss about it? Oh my god. Oh my god. It's basically not even getting changed. You know what they did here? They had an intern go into Photoshop. They're probably laughing right now. The dumbasses bought it. These idiots. They think they're really gonna they think we're really gonna do this? 3.2. It's coming in like 40 or 50 days. Are you serious? We have to wait this long for them to fix the game. It is currently unplayable. But hey, it's fine. No big deal. Just keep killing the game. You could be like the people killing the game, or you could be like this based Zercha and just hold these stupid devs accountable. These paycheck thieves. And maybe If more people are like this guy, HSR 3.0, 3.1, 2, 3, 4 might actually be good updates. We'll just have to see what happens, but it's not going to happen if the pillars of the community do not act like this. Hold these fucking devs accountable. Let me know what you all think. This comment section was crazy. Peace out.